Jonathan Major happened, I think, on Saturday, early Saturday. And it appears that this woman is a Caucasian. Even though she's recanted her story, he still was arraigned. But now you got these people calling for Jonathan Major to lose all his gigs, be fired from, Marvel. But as I said before, Ezra Miller had incident after incident. There were several celebrities that had multiple incidents, and people wasn't calling for their jobs. Some of them just kept a low profile. Keep in mind, James Franco was accused of multiple violations of women, but yet he's returning to nobody calling for his job. But yet Jonathan Major hasn't even had his day in court, but he's already been convicted in a court of public opinion. And don't sit up here and try to say that race doesn't have anybody come on here saying this has nothing to do with race. Moderators, block them, remove them. I'm blocking you. Get out of here. We're not playing these games today. You got people calling for his job. But Ezra Miller, who had incident after incident, who has restraining orders put on him, who's wanted in other countries, who's threatened police officers. Nobody's called for him to lose his job. Not only did he not lose his job, he signed an extension. But it just goes to show you the temperament is always different when it comes to us. It's always a different set of rules. I mean, come on. But that's still not good enough. And I just think that the court system just want to drag this out just to run his name through the mud. They're saying that there's video evidence. There's witnesses that prove that this woman is not telling the truth, but yet they still want to continue with it just so they can drag his name through the mud. But then yet they got all these groups coming out after him. But then you just had somebody from the alphabet community just basically, shoot up a school. Is you kidding me? Dude, what are you talking about? Marvin Hagler never fought Joe Kazagi. Bro, you blocked. You blocked. Anybody else? Anybody else want to try me? I guess you thought I was joking. First of all, Marvin Hagler never fought Joe Kazagi. Okay. Who else want to try me? Who else want to try me? But it just goes to that old saying. If you are black man, you are guilty till further proven guilty. If you are just accused, you did it. Like I said, actor Emil Hirsch, he threw a lady over a table. Ben Affleck has been accused of him and his brother. But people love to have selected outrage. So now everybody is just horrified. But wait a minute. Isn't Dana White on video? Isn't Dana White on video slapping his wife? Where's all that? It's never an excuse to put your hands on a woman. But yet they mad at Jonathan Major because they going by what they heard. Nobody called for Dana White to lose his job. Nobody called for Dana White to be arrested. But yet they want the brother in jail because that's how they see us, because they think we're animals. But we know who the real animals are. I mean, this is just absurd. But it's just you just not safe. But this is, you know what I'm saying, as a black man, you can't win for losing. You can't win for losing. Either you get treated like like either you get treated like how basically Lamar Jackson is being vilified because basically he trying to broker his own deal without an agent, and yet they're demonizing him and putting that label of he's difficult to work with. I'm on the fence about this whole thing about his mother being an advisor, because if I say she need to step aside and let him hire a real agent, then I'm gonna be vilified. Oh, you're hating on black women. You're trying to tear down. No, I'm not tearing down a black woman. I want Lamar Jackson to get the money that he deserves for being an elite quarterback. And if it means him finding the right path to go down and go, at the end of the day, this stuff is just, I mean, at the end of the day, what's going on with Lamar Jackson is just terrible. How he's being treated, how he's being devalued. You got the NFL talking about they're not going to deal with uncertified people who don't have a certification. I don't even know if Lamar Jackson's mother can be allowed in the room. But then they're demonizing him and they demonizing his mother. You can't win. Then you look at how Tyrese Gibson was disrespected by his so-called girlfriend, where she basically said on a live stream, and that wasn't no skit. That was a real reaction, who basically said that she wanted the white dude, Zaddy, over him. And now you got this stuff with Jonathan Major over some so-called white woman, because I heard this lady is white. Like I said, the grass is never any color for us, because we get it from everywhere. We get it from everywhere. Everybody be talking about, you got black women talking about they need to be protected. But where's the protection for us? From everybody. We need protection from everybody. We not only need protection from some of these dudes in our community, but from women in our community and people outside of our community. We get it from every direction. We got to bob and weave stuff in real life. Not just in a boxing ring, but bob and weave stuff that's thrown at us in real life. Innuendos, stereotyping, disrespect. It comes from every direction. Well, Stephen A. Smith is Stephen A. Smith finally admitted that he watches people's videos, which we knew he was doing in the first place. But, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not finna sit up here and turn my back on Jonathan Major. I don't care about him being with no white woman. I'm worried about his name being tarnished. I'm worried about his reputation being ruined over a white woman, because this is what this is really all about. People still have a problem with seeing successful black men with white women. And it's always been a double standard with that. Like I said before, white men have passed laws and taken black men's lives for being with their women. How many cases have you heard of a black woman having her life taken being with a zaddy? How many incidents have you seen with a white woman taking out a black woman for being with a white man? Probably next to none. But they showed them been cases where a white man took a black man's life for being with a white woman. time and time, or just whistling at a white woman. See, that's the thing. We're not allowed to be in our community. We're not allowed to be the heroes. We just supposed to be the dude that's just there. We the only ones that's told in our community how to do something by people that's not part of our community. And I keep saying a lot of this is our fault because we don't be checking these dudes and telling these white men and these non-black men to stay out our business, to mind their own damn business. But we quick to jam each other up. But we'll defend everybody outside of our community, and we don't have no problem going at it with each other. And a lot of this is our fault because we shouldn't be having conversations with outsiders. I'm going to say this, and this is real talk. I ain't talking to no white man or no outsider about reparations unless they playing a pivotal role in getting us reparations. It ain't no constructive debate. It's nothing to talk about. I don't have to explain to no Mexican man or no Asian man or no other form of a non-black man why black people should get reparations. That's our problem. Always explain this stuff to people. There's certain things we don't have to talk to people about. We don't owe people an explanation. We don't. Everybody, the better off we'll be. See, I'm different. I'm cut from different cloth. I'm not knocking some of you youngsters or some of you young cats because some of y'all is on it. But then a lot of y'all not. Being resistant and, you know what I'm saying, and undermining us and people from your own community instead of working together to get the supplies, resources that we should have that's owed to us, the better off we'll be. But they always know that there's always one that they can find that'll go against the grain, that'll undermine us. They know it's always a turncoat. They know it. And that's why we in the situation that we are in now. And like I said, I am not turning my back on Jonathan Majors until I get all the facts. The same way that I warned y'all, wait to the facts till we get more evidence about Michael Irvin. Now looking like Michael Irvin is gonna be receiving some money. Now people still trying to, somehow blame this on Michael Irvin. I saw the video. It speaks for itself. He did nothing wrong. And this video need to be released. The witnesses need to come forward, just like Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin had video surveillance. He had witnesses that say, hey man, I didn't see him do anything. So we want to see the video evidence of what really happened. If this woman struck Jonathan Major first, I don't care what the situation is. He was well within his right to defend himself. This whole notion about it's never excuse, I ain't trying to hear that no more. That's tired. Women need to keep their hands to their damn self. If you don't want no man putting his hands on you, don't put your damn hands on a man. You want to be respected, respect the man. You want to be talked to in a respectful manner, you do the same for that person. You talk to the man in a respectful manner. And all this is supposed to be over a phone. I've always said this. If you ain't paying my phone bill, you ain't got no business checking my phone. I don't care if you is my wife. And you still may not be able to check my phone. If we married and we together and you trust me, or if I'm with you and you trust me, it ain't no reason for you to see what's in my phone. You shouldn't even be grabbing my phone unless I tell you. You shouldn't be going through my stuff unless I give you permission. You shouldn't be trying to try to check my computer. You shouldn't be trying to check my phone. Because it's an old saying, if you go looking for trouble, you're going to get trouble. But like I said before, I'm like, good grief. And I mean, they coming after Jonathan Major hard. I don't know. Maybe it's because it happened in New York. I don't know. But I don't like how he's being treated. It's not fair. It's not right. Innocent till proven guilty. But like I said, in the court of public opinion, he's already been convicted. They already calling for him to lose all his gigs and all that stuff. But like I said, when you bring up the white boys, then all of a sudden they get quiet. That didn't have incidents with the law. Been accused of everything. But yet, like I said, they trying to condemn, they trying to shut down Jonathan Major. Well, once again, I keep saying, why are you bringing up Marvin Hagler? What do Marvin Hagler have to do with what I'm talking about? What do Joe Kazagi got to do with what I'm talking about? We said about something totally different. I don't care. Listen. I mean, stick to the subject of belts, bro. And I'm just keeping it real, bro. And don't tell me what not to be offended by. This is my outlet. Okay? I run this outlet. There's only one host, and that's me. You don't like what I'm talking about, you can bounce. Or I could have somebody block you. Your choice. I mean, for real, it's your choice, really. You subject. This stream only got one host, and it's me. Okay? You've been warned. But yeah, like I said before, it's just a no-win situation sometimes with black men. You gotta walk on eggshells. You know, you can't even enjoy your life. You can't even enjoy success. Even though Ant-Man didn't, even though Ant-Man 2 didn't, Ant-Man 3 didn't fare well at the box office. Well, Creed 3 did very well. But Jonathan Majors was attached to play Kang the Conqueror and a few projects. But now you got people calling for his job. But like I said, these same people ain't said nothing about Ezra Miller. They always got all the smoke in the world for black people. They always talk about what should happen to black people. But then when it's one of their own, then they tell us we need to wait till the facts come out. Oh, you need to do more research. Well, y'all need to do more research. Y'all need to wait till the facts come out. Y'all need to hold on passing judgment. So I'm finna regurgitate the same BS that you throw towards us. He ain't had his day in court yet. Now, what happens if it's proven that this lady lied on him, who basically has already recanted her story? But this could be just another thing where the city of New York just want to run blood based off a case that they probably not going to win, just to shame him. And if that's the case, and it's proven that it was not necessary to even go through the court process, then Jonathan Majors should seek legal action versus the state of New York, the city of New York, and the DA. Because this is the same thing that happened many moons ago with Snoop Dogg in that incident. They had overwhelming evidence that it was clearly a case of self-defense. But you had a DA that was just trying to make a name for himself by basically prosecuting Snoop for a case that he knew he wasn't going to win, but he basically tried to ruin Snoop's reputation. It was pretty much as open and shut as possible. Then, not to mention that the man, Snoop's bodyguard, had his paperwork. He had a permit to carry. He had everything. The dude pulled out a weapon. Snoop Dogg's bodyguard had to react, and basically he defended Snoop Dogg. He saved Snoop Dogg's life, and he saved his life. And it was clear. I'm talking about, it was a clear case of self-defense. But because the DA saw an opportunity to basically try to call himself, trying to make a name off himself, off Snoop Dogg, he tried to prosecute him. He lost the case. And a lot of people thought that he was being a racist. And of course, he tried to play stupid. Who, me? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you, dude. Who, me? Who, me? I'm a racist. Yeah, you a racist, dude. You a racist. They saying that they got plenty of evidence supporting that Jonathan Majors is not guilty of what he's being accused of. But they just want to run his name through the mud and through the media, and you got people already convicting this dude, calling him a thug and all this kind of stuff. All these racist innuendos. But that's the Mayonnaise Nation for you. And then Jonathan Major, he ain't gonna get the support of some of the women in the black community. Oh, because he was with a white woman. What do that have to do with anything? But then when we say this about Kamala Harris, I don't trust Kamala Harris because she with a white man. Then all of a sudden, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, you should support Serena Williams through all the racism she went through. We did. But she's still married to a white man. Her white husband didn't do a damn thing until people got on him about not doing anything. But we don't protect our women according to them. We don't protect our women according to him. I think this is horrible. Like I said, this is horrible what's going on with this brother. This dude got it from the mud. Now, like I said, I didn't like that photo shoot he had where he had all that pink stuff on. But I guess he was trying to get into character because he was going to star as Dennis Rodman in a movie. Well, he may lose that project. He may lose that project. I mean, for real, Jonathan, like, this is what they do. This is why I told everybody to fall back on the Ja Morant thing. That's why I was telling everybody to fall back on that, because this is what they do. They enhance stuff. First of all, Ja Morant's personal business shouldn't even got posted online because that was supposed to be in a private setting. But somebody still took pictures and posted them online. And then he held a gun, which he's 23 years old, and it's not illegal to show a gun on social media. And then the so-called incidents that he had, once again, no video footage, no arrest. Hadn't been arrested for anything. Still hasn't been arrested for anything. They going by what they heard. But yet, Ja Morant was made out to look like he was some kind of terrorist. But the stuff with Ezra Miller, these are facts. They documented. They happened. He did it. But there ain't no outrage. This dude been accused of trying to start a cult, giving, doing unthinkable things with underage girls and all this kind of stuff. But then, harassing people at karaoke bars, hit and runs, kidnapping, burglary. These are all the things Ezra Miller been accused of, but yet nobody's called for him to lose his job. So once again, do not bring your butt on here talking about race isn't playing a role in it. This has nothing to do with anybody that say that you a liar and you naive. Are you just a liar? Race has everything to do with this. If you're a black man and you're accused of something, you did it. It doesn't matter how much evidence is provided that you didn't do it. You're still guilty. Oh, you did something. It can never be the other person's fault. It can never be that this person may be lying on this person. Oh, you did it. You did something. That's how they think. But when we judge as a group, we're judged as a whole. But everybody else is judged as individuals. When something happens to us, or when one person that looks like us does something, it's them. When it's somebody that's from a different ethnic group, well, this person did this. Or it's a sympathy tour. Oh, when he was 5 years old, this happened to him. With us, well, at age 11, this happened to him. He did this, he did that, just like those people in Mexico who ended up losing their lives because they was mistaken for Haitians. They tried to run basically saying, oh, well, these dudes had issues with, didn't matter. Wasn't doing nothing there. Doesn't mean that their life is any less as valuable, as somebody else, somebody named, Chris or something that happened to have, pale skin. You see how they do that? You see how they somehow, some way, these people were victims and they tried to demonize them. Go figure. Go figure. But that's another thing. Brent Favre is a thief. They got to Texas. He tried to play dumb, say, oh, I didn't know what the funds were for. But then they got to Texas saying, hey, can we keep a low profile with this? But you don't see people outraged at Brent Favre. There ain't nobody calling for Brent Favre to be arrested. But Brent Favre embezzled and stole like $70 million and used it for personal use. Personal use. Real talk. You don't see nobody calling for Brent Favre to be arrested. But everybody's so mad at Jonathan Majors. Well, that's what they do. This is the process, what they do. They want to put these labels on them. You hadn't had nothing happen with Jonathan Major until this happened. Now all of a sudden that's what they do. They start trying to make up stuff. They start insinuations. You got to understand, man, when he was having a lot of success, he was blowing up. This may be 2023, but people still think like it's 1933. They do not like seeing successful black men walking around with, with women that look a certain way. They may not like trip like how they used to do blatantly in the open, but behind the scenes, they turning green with envy. And I'm not going to say, well, that's what Jonathan Majors get for. At the end of the day, he can deal with whoever he want to deal with. That still doesn't mean he should have his name dragged through the mud, or or women from our community turn their back on him because he wasn't dealing with a woman that looked like them. Because at the end of the day, he's still a black man. And we want to see what happens with this. But anyway, appreciate you guys tapping in. I'll be back with more.